Here, this will be a video chart on ICPA. Wanted to do this one again. Had some questions on it, and being the end of the week, no better time than to do a weekly chart. So this will be a weekly perspective on it. And all that means, if you're familiar or not familiar with charts, is that instead of each one of these candlesticks representing a day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one just represents a whole week's worth of price action. And I want to do this just because it really does a good job of showing what's been going on with the chart and what you want to see happen go forward. So it does a great job of kind of summing all those up and making it relatively easy to see. So the first thing to start off with is just I want to draw this line up here, and what we have here is the main resistance, but what this really is telling us besides the resistance is there's just a lot of selling up in this area. You can see during this week here, made a big run up here, but then ended up profit takers knocked it all the way down. Went through a nice little healthy consolidation and then made another move up there, and then once again up in that area, lots of sellers. So right up here between, we'll call it the 0.06, so basically the 6-cent area, to right around the 4.5-cent area, there seems to be quite a bit of sellers. Well, not seems to be, there are, because we've already had 2 weeks now where the price has gone up there and then got knocked back down. So that's going to be called, or that's what I'm going to just refer to as kind of the overall resistance zone, 4.5 cents up to 6 cents, for the very reason that I just explained. Twice the price has kind of been, whenever it gets between these two areas, you can see here, just lots of profit taking hits it and so forth. So that's where the sellers seem to be. Now on that same, or on the flip side of things, during this pullback you can see that the price pulled all the way back as far as, we'll just call it 0.023. So this 0.023 is a very important level of support. But now on the pullback from last week and this week, the lowest it's gone is right here, and that low's at 0.032. So sure, there's some sellers sitting above the current area, but on that same token, the bidders are also having to move up their orders if they want to get shares. So that's a good thing too. So it's you have sellers up here, but at the same time, for those people that like to accumulate shares on the bid, they're having to raise their orders in order to get those shares. So that's an encouraging thing, and that's what you want to see continue to happen, is just this support line hold, and if that happens, eventually all these sellers up here are going to get wiped out and a new higher base will be built like you're seeing here, and the price can then push on and upwards. So that's really what's been going on. People are needing to raise their bids, but at the same time there still seems to be a fair amount of sellers up here. But in the grand scheme of things, the chart's looking healthy. During this pretty much sideways action here, you can see volume has dropped off. Now granted, that has to do also with shares have become more expensive. You can buy a lot more shares at a penny than you can for 5 cents. But still good to see that the volume action has occurred there. But all in all, a good looking chart. And just some good, a nice battle between the bulls and the bears. That's probably the best way to put it. Kind of like a good boxing match. The bulls take a blow up here, but then when the bears try to push back down, they just lose energy and can't go as far as other times. So it's just a nice kind of HBO battle, if you will, on pay-per-view between the bulls and bears going on in the longer term, because we are, as a quick reminder, on the weekly chart here. So if there are any other questions on the chart, though, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook. With your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things, from big boards on a penny stock. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. It is all free. We're making some good money together on alerts, so I'd encourage you to go to the website, sign up, and see what it's all about. I'd also encourage you to leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts on the chart and just your thoughts in general. I'm interested to know what you think. One more time, this was the weekly chart for ICPA. Thanks for listening, and enjoy your weekends.